Oh, are we live? I think my thing froze again.
Yeah, apparently so.
This,
It
oh
freezes
yeah,
all the
this
time
this
with
thing
you.
this. Nah, it's not my fault. I mean, unlike your brain, this production
Sure,
sometimes
buddy.
doesn't work out. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the best start to the grand finals, is it? It kicked off to a rough way to start things off. But ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and probably for the last time today. It is going to be the grand finals of the Inspire Broadband Presents Valorant Championship. We're going to go in very soon to the best of three that will decide the winner of the entire tournament. But before that, it's me, Kirito, alongside me is Aggressive, and we're going to be going into the match soon. Reminder, this is a best of three, ladies and gentlemen. 3 maps, 3 games to decide who will take it home. And it is going to be between Team All-Stars and the side of Red Wings. A bit of, old boys versus young guns situation over here. What do you call it? Experience versus natural. I mean, how can I describe the young guns in a more proper way? I don't really know.
Up and coming underdogs.
Up and coming underdog. I mean, again, if you look at the names of these players, they're not really up and coming anymore. They are sort of well known around the scene.
Okay, fine. The new generation. The new generation.
The age gap is palpable, at least.
Surely.
It is visible from a mile away. But the main point is that a bit of an underdog versus veteran situation over here. These players from All Stars have been around for a long time, and not just in Valorant, in the FPS esports scene in general around Bangladesh. So they have a lot of weight and they have a lot of sway in the field. Let's see if they can use that to make things go in their favor. It's very likely that is what we are sort of predicting. But you never know with these young kids. I mean, they made it all the way out here in the grand finals. Red Wings, they have some super talented players with them. But regardless, the map pool is selected. And we're gonna go into the best of 3 very soon. But the first map being on Pearl, picked by All Stars. This was a map that was played yesterday against the side of Egoists, and the side of All Stars definitely showed up quite a bit. But I have a feeling that neither side really prepared for this match, because I haven't really seen All Stars pick up this map of Pearl that much. We do know that they have some compositions prepared for it. Aggressive, we talked about it yesterday. But is this really a strong suit for them going into this game?
You'd be surprised that in the previous iterations of this roster, All Stars used to love this map. Back when the age-old days, like almost a year ago when I used to coach this team, Pearl didn't really have a lot of very significant changes, so the way you play Pearl is pretty much almost the same as it used to be. So for that very particular reason, previously this was one of the best maps that All Stars had in their arsenal, and we used to run Phoenix on this map previously. This was like an idea that has been present for the longest amount of time, that Phoenix is possibly one of the strongest duelists on this map because of the amount of open spaces the curveball can really get value from, especially with the flame wall. Because previously, what was the biggest flaw of Phoenix? That flame wall left you exposed whenever you wanted to utilize it. Now that it can go through walls, the Phoenix can easily utilize it to place even better curveballs. You can take a lot of free space away from your opposition. There's so many different things that you can do now with the Phoenix that you couldn't do before. So All Stars as a team, they just got augmented even further. But that's, again, something that happened almost a year ago. So the way that the Valorant meta has shifted, new up-and-coming players, of course, that we talked about, there's so many different things that are now going to come into play on this particular map. So things are never that simple as the pen and paper statistics that we had from such a long time ago. Now, here on this particular map, there's gonna be a lot to be heard from both of these teams, that is for certain. And you can see that both sides pretty much amped up and ready, as it's gonna be Doomsday who takes the first initial hit here. Takes a slight bit of damage, but immediately it's gonna be Mog who comes in for a swing and shuts everything down. They do find the trades, and All Stars, they come out on top with full-on mid control, and they can now split in towards B.
Yeah, they have an easy access to the site. Only one player remaining. It is gonna be Savage trying to defend this B side, do as much damage as possible before the retake situation arises. He is gonna swing out, gets one, but trade immediate from UDED all the way from B main. And with a 2v2 situation, still not out of the hands of the players of Red Wings, but they will have to dig a little deeper over here. Swing comes from Introvert, shot not connecting, making life a bit difficult. He finally finds one, and so does Pathus. Missile immediately trades though, but the follow-up from him is what guarantees the round. 1-0, and the pistol round goes to the side of All Stars. They're gonna kick off this series with a good showing. Pistol will allow them to get the economic advantage going into the next one, and Introvert looks like he might be having some trouble with his mouse. The movement is definitely one of those patterns that I usually do whenever, like, dude, it's my ping's high or whatever. But I'm certain he is gonna be able to recover it and get back into the game, because now they really need to step up the ante. Pistols are not gonna be much of an effect against the Marshals and Guardians and Spectres that All Stars have picked up. They're gonna switch things up towards A right now, and the first line of defense will be Mock, who has a Marshal, but it's not gonna be enough. No shots connecting. Kyojin get the kill. Now this site isn't very strongly held from the end of Red Wings. A lot of loose defenses, and oh, Udead just slides in. I don't know how he got there. The explosion from the other side of the backside will show up from the end of All Stars, Red Wings, as the retake immediately goes down. But the players, they don't have the weapons, they don't have the gear to be able to take down All Stars in this format. They are gonna win out the round, and with that a 2-0 lead comes in. Red Wings need to step up. It is their bye round now, so this is the best opportunity they've had in a while. Meanwhile, All Stars will play their bonuses. Still a couple of Guardians to play off of, and some of these long sight lines around this B site may give them some chance to utilize these weapons to their fullest. So far, we're seeing a very coordinated approach from the side of All Stars, even though it was just pistol and a buy round. Can't really talk about a team strategy based on those two rounds, but the peak coming in from Doomsday. Trying to get a shot in, and will find it onto Rosa. The danger man for All Stars finally put down to the ground, but still, they're not letting go of this. All Stars have maintained control on this B main area. They're gonna pick up the orb. They're still trying to look for a pick. While the rest of the players, Udead and Hermione, trying to push. Not Hermione, sorry, Kyojin, trying to push towards Art. The Killjoy utility will spot them out. And that will shift the map a little bit. Pathu's now making his way towards this mid area. Hermione falls back to join the rest of his teammates, leaving Missile. Maybe try and distract these B players. They're gonna re-aggress towards Art. There's not really much utility from the end of Red Wings. This is a pretty major gap in the composition. And they are gonna utilize it, All Stars, to get into the A side. This position from Introvert though can be quite useful. If he can deny the spike plant from that main area.
10 seconds
Gonna
left.
go for the peek, spots it out, gets the shot. Here comes Missile though to try and trade him out. He's aware of it and he's ready, gets the kill. One more from him as Savage chimes in as well. Introvert with the triple kill, and his positioning is what gives him the round. 2-1, not losing a single player. That's gonna mean the world to them economy wise.
They just need to play this one very smartly, and the fact that they were able to do so pretty much gave them the space that they required. Even with the stronger weapons that the members of Red Wings had, they were not really overly aggressive with their approach here. Allowed All Stars to make that first move, and when you have a double dealers composition, especially on this particular map, on every other map I would say a little bit more of a proactive approach is better. Here, if you do have a proper site hold, then you can easily just play for it by baiting out the early forms of utility that could be coming in from the defenders, from the attackers first. But here on out, it's gonna be Rosa using to run it back to get as much space as he possibly can. There's the speed of Rosa just doubling his way in towards the side. He gets a double kill with the one singular run it back. Savage though does come alive and turn this one on its head just a tiny little bit, but even then the frags are just not yet connecting. The members of All Stars just completely run over them like a bulldozer. 1-3, and All Stars, they give away a round, but as soon as the guns come into their hands, it's like a complete change in their overall game plan.
in general, it doesn't matter if you're all-stars or who you are. You have to understand that that third round is gonna be a buy round for your opposition. If you win the pistol, that third round is gonna be quite difficult to win. So getting a round win should not be your main focus. Instead, trying to muster up enough economic damage, maybe try and get the spike down, build up your own money. All-stars, they have that experience and that game sense that that's not gonna be a factor that decides how this map is gonna be played. It's just a small aspect this round. But now with the buys coming in a little bit more stable for either end, both of them have their rifles. All-stars will be looking to put the nail in the coffin of Red Wings' economy for a while. Not spotting out the Killjoy missile. Dodge out Doomsday. He finally sees him and gets a bit of a dink, but it's a wall bang, so it doesn't do much damage. And they explode upon him. Rosa with the flash, the stun from Muted. They pounce on him, and that's gonna give them an opening into the A side. Pathu's trying to find a cheeky angle and will get one onto Rosa. It's still a 4v4. Side control given up. An introvert, he's feeling it today. Gets one more, not enough. As Kyojin and Missile open up the side, the retake is here. Mock trying to work with Savage, but Hermione gets a kill. All onto Mock now in a 1v2. Has one solo orb to work with. I believe he might be spotted out. They definitely know now. Thing is, does he expect Kyojin to be here? It's a great crossfire as he pushes up. Kyojin catches him off guard. 4-1. He was looking to clear the angle, but it just wasn't quick enough. Great positioning from the end of All-Stars. And with that, a 4-1 scoreline comes in. Economy is not good for Red Wings. They might have to lose out on one more round to get that bye again. 4-1 might turn to 5-1. So they're gonna go for this half buy situation. A Marshall in the hands of Doomsday, couple of Stingers, and Sheriffs on the hand of Pathus and Introvert. Feel like aim-wise, they certainly are hitting their shots.
But they're just not able to match the pacing, which is the other bigger issue. Like, look at oh boy, Rosa's aim failed him at the worst possible time. Mock walks away with murder here, but Uded trying to tally up the differences here. Instantaneous trades, but even then, the members of All-Stars lost out on both of their duelists, and none of the initiators were really able to give even the slightest bit of backup to the teammates. All-Stars, they started off on the right foot, but Rosa missing a shot like that, yeah, that is gonna sting just a little bit.
Oh. Okay, Missile just lurks up into B. We didn't even realize from all the excitement outside of A. He finds one more onto Pathus, and the round has completely flipped on its head. Hermione is still lurking around this A site as the movement shifts. Lockdown even committed from Missile. I don't feel like that was necessary, but wanna guarantee this round regardless. Introvert finding a gun from the dead body of Hermione.
Spike planted.
A Stinger and a Vandal to work with. Savage with more HP will pick that up. The time is such a big factor. They're still so far away, and coming up through B-Long with the Killjoy, yeah, they won't be able to do this.
There's not enough time. If there was enough time, I would say, yeah, maybe the Killjoy lockdown's gonna give them that slight edge that they need to clear out the side, but he doesn't really have the time to utilize this lockdown. Spike just taking away the smokes also in the hands of Kyojin. This has just gone from bad to worse. Angle needs to be cleared, and Kyojin does find the timing for it. Savage around the corner, and a little bit of a spray and missile just completely finishes everything off. 1-5 as a members of All-Stars. Little bit of a shaky start there, but regardless of it, Red Wings, they do turn everything back into their favor. This is the speed of what the game is gonna look like here, ladies and gentlemen. There were certain moments where even a round that should be completely unwinnable turned on its head, because Red Wings, they did their job pretty well when you look at what they were trying to do. But at the end, losing out two of your players, even when you won out on the trade, you needed to go in for a little bit more of a faster rotation and try to force your opponents into a little bit more of an uncomfortable spot. But at the end, the weaker weapons and less utility just caught up with them at the worst possible time.
First shot in, Hunter Spirit trying to find Rosa. He's gonna heal himself up. No damage done. Ultimate not really finding its full effect. Seems like sometimes even their own teammates from All-Stars can't keep up with Rosa and Udid. moving so fast and the utility just isn't there. He's gonna put it to the okay.
It actually did work.
It worked, yeah, it technically worked. No one really played off of that. Uded spots up there now, doesn't connect the shot, though battery 38 HP, still alive. It gets another one to Rosa, 14 HP. Introvert chimes in as well. I got some too, and finally commits the lockdown. This time, this round might switch up. HP difference is substantial though. They gotta move in, they gotta clear these positions here.
Oh, I love this. Look at where Whistle's going. He's all the way.
Oh, he's coming all the way from main. They're gonna commit another ultimate to his. Oh, the timing's not gonna work out, but he's still in a good spot to defuse. Spam won't connect on him. Neither will the Swarm Nades. Kyojin gets the kill at last, but not before Red Wings get the defusal, and just barely they get it in. They get the defusal, and I feel like the rounds that they did win, the couple of rounds, one of them was a bye, and this last round, that was the second round they won. These are just enough for them to get it over the finish line. So some of these trades that they're getting against Rosa and Uded, I'm not seeing the same, answer for, tactically or utility-wise to get these kills. They're just peeking and somehow aim diffing these kids, just enough to get those frags.
Oh, these kids are actually older than you.
It was just I can't even talk right now.
Nah, dude, I caught you out in the open. Just like Savage did, you did. None the wiser for it, but Hermione does find the trade of it regardless. Still in the favor of All-Stars here. Instant rotation over towards the opposite side here. It's all up to Patu to maybe find something big with this Sheriff. If he does find at the bare minimum of 1 kill, we know that Doomsday, having the Bladestorm in hand, could have turned it all around. But Rosa, as per usual, you just cannot get the drop on this man. Has the timing for it. Doomsday, perfect for the peak. He does find the first. The Blade Storm still utilized pretty well. Has the 3 daggers. Needs to hit the headshot though. Now he has 2. The poor guy. He has all the utility just being thrown into his face. Needs to clear on multiple different angles. Missile comes in from the back. Beautifully done. Now it's all up to Mog to try and get something done here. Classic in hand. Has the stinger, but the spray just does not connect. And Hermione instead with the Vandal just finishes everything off. 2-6 as All-Stars. They have to sweat a little bit to win a couple of these eco rounds, but they are doing such a good job. With the map control being given away this quickly, Red Wings, they need to put a little bit more pressure. And earlier on at that, if they really want to try and take the urgency away from All-Stars, because currently with this double dealers composition, they're the ones who are dictating the pace of a lot of these fights. And again, Red Wings, they're taking a lot of solo duels up against All-Stars, allowing All-Stars to just shine where they are the best at, just mechanically diffing their opponents at every turn.
You are divided!
Pretty much all the side of Red Wings have going for them right now is some of those engagements where they're just able to flick a little faster, a little harder to get those kills. But Uded, it's not gonna get Introvert get his kill this time, neither will Mock. Kyojin gets the follow-up onto him. Towards A, Hermione comes in, finds these flankers.
One enemy remaining.
Initiative, so much as well, but Savage is somehow managing to get a shot to Uded, but Hermione plays it perfectly, traded his teammate.
You man ready for a light show?
Then the round goes out in the favor.
I'm out of here.
All-Stars looking like they're in a spot to take this half away, and that will essentially lead to them winning this first this map. If they come up with the lead, 8-4 scoreline would be more than enough to set them up. The 8th round is certainly possible. Looking at the money, Red Wings, the weapons that they have, not gonna be enough.
Especially in a situation like this. You know that how the little side holes are getting. Maybe just a little bit of an opening turn, but Introvert pulled up a Kirito right there.
My ult is ready.
In the worst possible situation, the running back is able to find value. Flicks around and poor old Intro. Probably kicking himself for that one. Missile does find a double kill on his own. You understand that this was equal round, so we can't really take this loss to heart. But even then, All-Stars, they're just running away with the map. It just feels as though we started Kirito, and we could just be at the very end of a map already. speed at which these rounds are passing is absurd. We started at what, around like 10-15? Now it's like I can't even put it into
Almost
words.
done with the halfway. We're
Yeah.
almost done with the halfway. Only a few more rounds left to go. And All Stars, it looks like they want more. They're gonna extend this lead as far as they can. Red Wings just don't have an answer to it. They're trying everything they can, trying to hold for a passive approach, trying to come in with a more proactive push down mid, push down mains, trying to lurk their way through down mid.
Taking that back.
Nothing's working out. And the few opportunities that they are getting, they're winning some of these gunfights. They're not able to
Pulling
counter
them
off
in.
those. They're not able to utilize that positioning. And right now, as the A main is under siege, a lot of utility going in to keep these players of All Stars out. That's why he's gonna play around the smoke, not really spotting
your
anybody
fear!
inside it. Great ultimate coming for the entry, and you dead. Here he comes, jumping in with the shorty. Not enough though. Doomsday gets his first one. A follow-up onto him. Can he get a triple? No. Rosa spams him and takes him down. Mock avenges his teammate. We might finally
One
have another
enemy
round in
remaining.
favor of Red Wings. 1 versus 4. Hermione falls. It's all on to Kyojin. Doesn't have much utility to work with. 40 seconds, and I'm pretty sure Red Wings are not gonna give him any chance at this. They are peeking it out, but with a triple player peek,
Right there.
even Kyojin can't win that. Pathus is going to want to confirm the kill with an
Last
agency
round before the
scoreline.
switch.
Still a lead, very massive.
Got a whack.
However, Red Wings have some momentum going for them, and it's all off
Covering
of the
it.
back of Doomsday able to deny that entry onto
About
Udid.
this.
I feel like if they're able to sort of deflect the spearhead of All Stars, maybe take down Rosa early on, maybe catch off Udid in a situation where he has his pants down, that might give them an opportunity, and then they have to go very smart because still Hermione, Missile, Kyojin, these players are very much self-sufficient, being able to win out and close out rounds without their duelists.
You should run.
As again, we're gonna see another A-side approach, lockdown utilized, Mock on the other end, activating his Empress. And as we come into a bit of a standoff, he just finally walks in. He has his overdrive, he wants to go for it, but he's been given so much room. Complete control of Art and Rosa, they want to extend more. Udid finding a shot onto Doomsday, was lurking down from Art, out from Mock trying to push in this little corner in secret. Instead, Rosa, he's working this Art area, finding another onto Introvert. Overdrive used up, but Mock, he's trying to keep his team alive in this 2v3 situation. Savage finds one more, 2v2. Hunter's Fury available if he wants to go for it, but he needs to find a situation. Positioning can be so tough. They need to isolate these fights.
One enemy remaining.
They do.
Mindset.
Savage with the final kill. And with that, we're gonna have an 8-4 half.
Does he
A
have
lot
time?
better than they can go
Oh
for.
yeah, he does. I was expecting that he didn't have enough time to do it, but ample amounts.
Oh, just barely.
Yep. Only if Kyojin got that kill. One kill was
Switching
pretty much a
sides.
necessity here. And this could have been a completely different story that favored the opposition. Even then, smart play coming out from either end of this. So this is All Stars. They did bleed out a couple of rounds, but regardless of it, they're moving forward with the perfect amount here. As you can tell, even the developers, when they were making this map, could see that Phoenix would be one of the strongest pickups here. Pretty much the map was designed for him. Now that he's on the attacking side, sorry, now that he's on the defensive side, my bad, things will be a little bit more easier for the Phoenix to take a lot of space away from the opponents too. Phoenix is one of the hardest characters to push into because those curveballs can easily stop a push and you can easily be the ones to initiate a fight, but Introvert with the pre-fire, even though fully flashed, he's gonna be able to tap out Rosa almost instantly. Beautiful shot. Taking down the raid boss this early on in a round pretty much guarantees yourself a pistol round with Kyojin. Already going for a peek, but he's playing smart, knowing that the man advantage is already being given away. He doesn't want to give out more. He needs to isolate a fight. His teammate over from the opposite end, and Kyojin is playing this one smart,
Oh, yeah.
trying to sneak in around the corner, and he should be able to find the shot too. Introvert in towards the back. The shot needs to connect. He does get it, but he pays the price for it. A little bit sloppy when it came down to the kill. And that allowed Batu to come in for the
One enemy
retaliation.
remaining.
Oh, Doomsday with a nice 2-tap to finally finish things off. Taking down the last players to make this an
Racing to the spike
8-5 scoreline. Buy round should be coming in. And that should give me the opportunity to close out the gap just a little bit more. 6-8 is on the cards. The thing is that the gap is still such a massive one that they need to maintain this momentum for a longer while. And I'm pretty sure All-Stars, this will not deter them at all. They will not feel these round losses or take them to heart by any means. Because they know that, okay, it was an unfortunate pistol round. Mistakes were made. We're definitely going to work on this to improve our performance. And come into the buy rounds with the best opportunities to strike back. But now, this outpost could be a difficult one. But Mock is able to get the kill. Doomsday to support. A-side is opened up. Missile trying to rush in and stand ground. And he will find one with his Marshall. 4v3 situation. Hermione to join him as well. Yet to go down.
This is a tough spot for you to be in. Especially with positioning now being given. The spike plant does go down, yes, but for All-Stars, they need to make a slow and methodical approach towards the site. They need to allow Hermione to maybe find an opening pickup here for himself at the bare minimum. Swings across, Hermione still not being gonna be the one to find the first line of contact. Missile. Go big or go home here, but I love the fact that Savage, he's not giving this one away. He's making them work for it. And because of the moments of confusion that they were able to implement, members of Red Wings, they just take this on a clean slate, and they were able to carry forward 3 massive weapons into the following round. A Bulldog and 2 Vandals. This is perfect. This is no longer a bonus round for the members of Red Wings. This could even count as a buy round for them, because they can cycle those weapons forward really well. And Introverts, he's investing further into this round, because again, when he's on that Sentinel, he doesn't always need to be the one who's carrying the weapon. This is a well played out round from the members of Red Wings, cutting down their losses to a bare minimum. This will cause problems for All-Stars, because they need to now believe that their opponents, they have the weapons to go up for a 1v1 duel up against us. They cannot play this like a full-on bonus.
Absolutely. Pretty much a buy round on the other for either end. This matchup. They use this confidence to push down towards this mid area. Again, Rosa shot hard to make him go for a flank. Hyojin takes down a little bit overzealous. Doomsday might he get another onto Mock? He will, but Missile the trade is immediate. Mock trying to make something happen, but this mid area has been a bloodbath for his team. Bathu's good for 1, but Rosa on the flank could be a danger factor here. A lot of firepower coming into this side. Shock darts connect. Not enough damage done. Outlaw still available on Uded. All they need is a peek. Recon spots out all these players. And here comes the utility from the Astra. Savage good for 1, leaving his teammate in a 1v2. But Bathus with the Bulldog. He's gonna have to work hard. Gets the headshot onto Rosa. But Uded spots the body and spams through the smoke. Not enough done for the side of Red Wings, just enough to get the spike down, but the post was so difficult.
Not a fan.
We needed to go big there, trying to play off the trades. Instead, it's going to be All-Stars bringing it back from a very tough situation. They played that mid area to perfection, coming in with the flashes. Hermione from behind using the fade.
BYB fam, going to Astral to
while
do
they're
them
distracted.
Astral Guardian things.
That allowed them to come out on top. Man count wise,
Placing alarm bomb.
leading up to this score line. What's the score, Aggressive?
Shut up.
Man is fed up.
I am so done with your BS.
Good lucky for you. Just a couple more hours. Don't forget.
You never know that. You legitimately don't know.
For knowing how Hermione is playing with the judge, denying entry towards Art. We did see that position being played by, I believe it was Uded early on, with a Bucky instead of Hermione this time, with a judge coming in and making it work. We have a couple of players.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Stormy to try to turn him off that position. Smoke to come in to save the teammate. And now 3v4. Where do they go? What do they do? Progress. Less than a minute left. I gotta make moves quick. Red Wings. Spot.
Where do they want to go with this one? This is a suicidal move to try and head on over to the A side without any form of art control. They've made the noise, yes, but Rosa's just waiting for
30
them.
seconds
The angle's
left.
timed and ready. He's gonna be able to find a shot, but never mind. Part 2. My favorite Valorant player chiming in strong.
Spike
For a
planted.
reason.
Truly, as you can see, it's part 2 every single time. Take his name, and the man's just always gonna be the one to rise up to the challenge. But now the members of All Stars, they need to be the ones to rise up to this one. Yojin does find the multiple frags here. Missile just catches out a stray bullet here and there. And it's gonna be part 2.
Yeah.
Really falling apart. Introvert with only 28 HP. With a little bit of a spam. He does find the catch over under the first. He gets the spike diffuser as well. Ladies and gentlemen, he could just be the one to do it. Spams across, doesn't have any more bullets, needs to just play for the time, knows the exact positions, both players, they don't have any more bullets left, ladies and gentlemen, around the corner, going in for a peek, Introvert, he knows the angle, he knows the play, and he has the time to do it, a beautifully well played round out for the members of Red Wings. That's the beauty of Valorant, ladies and gentlemen. He played the time so well. And Red Wings, they're celebrating for that one. And the momentum that you gain from that one round can easily translate into so many more victories if you play your cards right.
Perfection. And the end of Introvert. Athos coming in with a crazy shot onto Rosa. They were a little bit, unattentive of how the map positioning was working while they're exiting the site. Maybe the nerves got to them, leaving Introvert in a 1v3 situation, giving out frags they didn't really need to with the hands of Hermione and Kyojin, but they're able to bring it back. 9, only a couple of rounds separate these teams, and with the bounty for All Stars not looking so good, they can close that gap even more. Already Hermione low on HP, but there's a lot of players on this other end of the smoke.
Right here.
Doomsday has to be careful pushing in through this. Dissipates. He catches one. Can he catch the second? Is the question.
Feedback.
And he will. What a shot on the head to Missile. Opens up the B side and he's gonna get himself on there. Teammates following through. Mock as well. This
Spike
positioning could be
planted.
massive as Doomsday gets one more onto you, dead. Better weapons, and he's definitely gonna put them in their place. Goes up with a flash, trying to get a kill.
One enemy remaining.
It's just too much. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I apologize. He's gonna get a shot in to the head of Doomsday. Savage just straight, but my man, what a headshot on the sheriff. Just shows the brimming potential of this player and why he is the tip of the spear essentially for the side of All Stars in these attacking
1
situations.
second, peeps.
But
I gotta visit the
scoreline,
Astral to
8
play
to
some
9.
stars.
And just one off tying things up. Red Wings gonna have to go through a full buy of All Stars to do that. And a bunch of ultimates that could be quite troublesome. They have ultimates of their own, so it's all gonna come down to who can utilize their most the ultimates to the smartest and to the most effect. Essentially, all the
Taking
ultimates
that
are
back.
active. You did. First one onto Doomsday.
Taking that back.
45. Right, keeps it up. PB5.
This is just a neck to neck pretty much for both of these teams. It is a 3v5, so even then, I do have a little bit of an inkling feeling that this may just work, but you did
Spike
just...
down mid.
That's the better angle, honestly. That is not an angle for Savage to really clear out in a situation like this. Same goes for Introvert. He had the perfect timing for it, especially after the clutch that he was able to carry forward in that last round. The round previous, sorry. He's gonna be on cloud 9. The shots will connect. Down over to this 2v4. Going in for a save is a much more of a better option. The eyes may not be looking that good here as Introvert dodges out the flash. Close peek around the corner. He expected Rosa to be closer, but he baited him out. Now it's all up to Patu. The hero of the rounds prior being able to take out Rosa. Looking for the swing. He does get a kill though. Never mind. Patu. Good lord. The shots coming out from this one player is incredible. Red Wings. They're bleeding out some rounds, but even then, they're slowly making their way back one step at a time. And when you have players like this, there's always a chance to win out on a game here. And All Stars, They can tell that a lot of the strategies that they're trying to implement is just not working because Red Wings are just getting away with murder time and time again.
Tickle balls coming in. And with a 10-8 scoreline, double digits on all stars. Red Wings, they are getting close every round, so very close, coming out on top of some of these gunfights, but when they're at a disadvantage, they make these decisions that don't really work out for the team. Going in for these dry peaks, really coordinating together to take these angles. All stars are able to sort of funnel them into these chaotic situations where they don't make the best of decisions. That gives them the round win and the round advantage quite early on. Again, ultimates available for everyone in the following rounds. I have a feeling that we might see a bunch of them activate this round as Red Wings, they desperately need to close out this gap.
Get out of my way!
I'll find you.
I'm gonna need to see where they're gonna be heading forward with this too. Well, the biggest question marks that I do have right now is where do they want to push forward into? I can already tell first engagement's being given and taken over towards Art. A 1-for-1 trade for either side, but losing out on Hermione compared to the Jet, it's just gonna hurt them even more. That's your information. Your only initiator already being taken off of the table. You have to run it back to give a little bit of space. That could have been dangerous if Rosa got that kill, but regardless, you dead playing with fire. Batu all close quarters on the angle. He's probably going to be taking that swing. First engagements here already as Batu tried to go in solo, and that's your smoke now down and completely out. You do not want to be in a situation like this. They don't have any form of sight control just yet. This has gone pretty much in the worst possible direction as the members of Red Wings are running around like headless chickens. What the hell are you doing? Red Wings, they completely threw away the round at this point. There was a huge gap in the communication, and it felt as though they didn't even take this round seriously, even though this could have been the round that made it or break it for them. They could have easily gone on to double digits because the members of All Stars, they wouldn't have enough cash to go in for a buy in the following round.
Not only that, in that round specifically, the agents that were taking out Hermione, Kyojin was at risk as well, all alone on the B side. If they fell back from A, Batu is not able to provide smoke support. If they had those smokes, maybe that push down mid through the double doors would have been a little bit easier.
Nowhere to run!
Kyojin have not gotten away with 2 kills now instead. Pushed back.
Spike down
Not
mid.
having any weapons, not having any armor. You dead. One-shotting introvert is outlaw. Hermione taking some damage, but keeps himself alive.
No, you don't!
It's probably on the cards as Rosa. He's just playing aim labs right now.
Last player
They're
standing.
trying to rush in Hermione to support, and it's all on to bat with one sheriff and a dream. Will be facing the raid boss himself. Coming in and getting that shot. No harm done. Triple kill for the man, and they're gonna come in with a flawless round to go to match point. 12-8. Economy finally stabilizes for Red Wings, but they're gonna have to keep that stable for a while. Not much going for them at this situation, honestly. They are looking very disconnected. They're it seems very disorganized the way they're pushing around these maps. They usually lose some of the fights. They don't have a backup plan for these situations, but you have to consider that they should have expected situations like this. They should have expected to come up strategy lose out on their players early on. Like that. What? Is that? Smoke?
Obscuring fish blocking
Early
vision.
on, they're still trying to carry on with the push towards B. The Astro floating down. One more onto introvert and a third. Savage just finally taken down, leaving it to a 2v2, but overpower available. Hermione using the fade out.
Last player standing.
Gets one, and Hermione with a double trade. Taking down Baptiste, taking down Savage, and that's gonna give them the round and map. Finish things up. Burn close inside of All Stars, and I can barely see.
Defenders win.
Spike's dead.
Game of Valorant.
You're welcome. Coming through.
Not going to be able to see
Go, go,
much,
go.
but
Out of charges.
what you do see as a pretty hearty victory coming through for the members of All Stars here. This last couple of rounds coming in from Red Wings was just. It felt as though the team just lost all of the direction that they had previously. They were not communicating with one another, and it was just one problem after the next. I have no idea what they were trying to do on this particular map, and it made like absolutely no sense. The nonsensical approach that they were going in for, it just left both of us scratching our heads for the last couple of rounds because we saw so many good plays being done by the members of Red Wings. We expected them to have a strong game plan going into the last couple of rounds, but at the very end, Batu being all by himself on towards a main, then the next couple of rounds, they were just running around like headless chickens trying to rush into a site. What was the game plan for them? What did they really want to do here? Because the map of Pearl could have easily been theirs, but instead, this was a completely different story.
Yeah, there were numerous situations where it felt like even before that phase where it seemed as if they entered into a bit of a hopeless situation where their mentality was destroyed. Before that, there were signs that maybe they got an early pick, maybe they got an entry into a site. It was 4v4 or a 3v3 situation. If they play things smartly, they can come up with a win. But in certain situations, I feel like they made these small mistakes where the team sort of forgot that they're in a 5v5 shooter. They peek these angles all alone. They come in without any kind of utility, any kind of support, not even a trade play, not even a flash. Pushing into angles that are pretty much known to be enemy territory at that point. It's very unwise to really push in alone and not even necessary, to be honest, because you have control of the site, you have control of these positions. More importantly, you don't have a plan to
Absolutely.
come up that why am I walking into mid right now? In that round, I believe it was introvert walking in towards mid. Why am I walking in here? What is my agenda? There is no support for me. It doesn't really make sense to why you would do that. We see Pathos as well that round. If he pushed back from aiming, that those smokes would be available for his team, and he could support them pushing into B. There would be so many ways that the side of Red Wings could turn things in their favor. Instead, feels like they got really disconnected from the game and really disconnected from the teammates and didn't really come up with proper strategies going into this. And against a team like All Stars, you need to be having those strategies constantly. You need to have an Nigel who's constantly keeping an eye out on how this game was working, how these players are moving, what kind of a flow we should go for now. But instead, it's not really gonna be happening from the end of Red Wings, at least for this map of Pearl. We still have another one where they will stand to get it. They will still get a chance to fight back. And knowing it is the grand finals, they will definitely have to step things up.
Absolutely. And if they don't step things up, this entire game could just easily take a completely different direction. I'm awestruck by how they were given such a golden opportunity to easily win out on this particular map, and then in the following map have even more leeway because All Stars would have been under pressure, losing out on their best map, but didn't really seem to be the case. Every sort of advantage that they had, they just squandered it right at the very end. Hopefully history doesn't repeat itself there, because currently the team is just not looking to be on the highest of spirits, but I digress. Maybe in the following map, by them going back to the drawing board, they can just communicate with one another of what really went wrong here, because there were a lot of problems, but those problems are not such issues that it cannot be remedied. They got very close to getting a possible victory. And when victory is this close that you are just able to grasp it, you just need to push forward those couple of more meters that you need to get over to that finish line. That was the first initial map, though, ladies and gentlemen, where I would say Red Wings, they did a pretty good job, but they really need to know how to finish out the plate and put a leash, at least, on the members of All Stars, because this double digits composition that they're running, they're not really implementing any form of rocket science strategies. It's just the basic of Valorant, right? The stuff that we do in ranked. But the ranked playstyle that they're going in for is just so simple and easy to execute that the experience that they have as individual talents is just giving them such a significant edge over the members of Red Wings.
And that is certainly going to be a factor that they will need to consider before going into that final match. And remind you, this was the map pick for All Stars. They did have a lot of history with this as aggressive. You said this before the game started. They have composition set up. They have a lot of strategies going into these. These players have played this for a long while, so you could find a reason to why maybe historically this would go in favor of the side of All Stars. But again, the follow-up map will be the one picked by the side of Red Wings. So they should have that advantage going into that. They should have a game plan. And it is high time they do come up with a game plan. They're looking very disorganized. But it is still a best of three. You still have that opportunity to bring it back, take it to the third map, and get a little bit of a refresher before going in. Certainly they need that. We're going to go into the match MVP for the first map, though, before that. And we can see the significant difference between the two sides just from this MVP scream. UDAD obviously taking the MVP of the whole match. 17-16, not a massive KDA, but still it's enough to earn him that spot, and it's enough to make a difference. We saw pretty much the side of All Stars, all members having to pull their own weight. That shows that the side Red Wings, they definitely made things a little bit difficult for them in certain scenarios. They got really close. It really was just a few millimeters away from reaching the finish line for the side of Red Wings. Unfortunately, they couldn't just finish it off. They couldn't push it across that line and get themselves together. That is what sort of held them back in a lot of these scenarios. Doomsday, on the other end, will be taking the MVP for his team, but right now that should not be their main concern. They should really be trying to focus on how can they reach a similar, a position where they can act cohesively, keep their mental strong, and finish off rounds in a more respectable fashion. Losing out on these situations where they can just give up rounds is not where they can give up rounds so easily is not going to be effective, even if it's not their map pick at this situation.
It's just questionable, to say the very least. A lot of different flaws were being picked out here, one after the other, for Red Wings. But All Stars, you have to say that throughout it all, they kept their playstyle so consistent through every single turn, right? They were not faltering under any forms of pressure, and I do believe this is the first time that we are seeing Rosa taking a little bit more of a backseat here overall. Missile, though, I do believe that he has 186 kills. I don't think that's even possible. Small hiccups here and there, ladies and gentlemen. But Missile, maybe he's going to be getting 186 kills in the next map. Don't worry about it.
Have a world record. I just want
yeah, here in Bangladesh, official tournaments is where the game really does get spiced up and ready.
Who watches the VCT, man?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just watched this here. It's, of course, inspired from the Valorant Championship, brought to you by Instinct Productions. So we're going to be heading on down into a very short little break, ladies and gentlemen, as we set everything up for game number 2. Things are going to get a lot more heated because we're pretty sure that the members of Red Wings, they're going to come back with a game plan to send us over onto map number 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a lot more Valorant action.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna work harder.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
লাইভের সময় কানেকশন লস্ট? ইন্সপায়ার ডুয়াল কানেক্টিভিটি দিচ্ছে আপনার জন্য ডাবল নিশ্চয়তা।
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
If it's jumping between 134, 66.
Who's looking at me? Somebody's looking at me. Oh my god! Come on, brother, please, no.
Our service crushes lag with up to 99.9% uptime, gaming cache for Steam and Epic, and FTP servers that move at the speed of light.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Inspired Broadband Presents Valorant Championship. We're going to go into the second map of the Grand Finals. It is going to be the side of All-Stars taking the lead with the first map. And the opposition are going to be trying to come back. It is Red Wings. They're going to try and come back in a lot stronger form and in a lot stronger position before we go into this map. It is going to be Haven again, reminder. So going into the second one, after what we saw in the first, the sort of lack of cohesion and lack of game plan Red Wings that have been displaying. What do you think, Aggressive? Can they make a quick comeback out of this for the second map?
I mean, it's Haven, right? And you are playing on Haven up against All-Stars. The thing is, All-Stars don't really like this map in particular. They have a lot of problems on it because, of course, it utilizes Breach. And All-Stars, they don't really have a Breach player on this team. Hyojin previously did play the Breach quite often, but even then, his Breach was not really on par with some things that, with some of the other Breaches that we have in our region. Breach is a very difficult character to play, and there's very few players that can really utilize this character to its fullest. Because on some teams, they rely a little bit too much on the Breach utility, other teams, they don't really utilize the Breach utility, and there are some teams that only utilize Breach utility for themselves. I've seen pretty much the entire extremes of it, right? Red Wings, though, on the opposite side, they do have a team that can utilize the Breach to its fullest. Now, a lot of teams, for that very particular reason, have started to pick up on that Euro composition, that double duelist with the Euro and the ISO. But the thing is, that composition has some drawbacks here and there. You need to play it to really understand it. But it's a lot more better than this double initiator composition at its core, because you can easily counter this composition if you do play that other comp right, and it's much more simpler to play on that coordination level. You don't need to have that perfect synergy between you as a Breach player and your Jet. So All Stars, they might struggle a little bit here. Red Wings, they chose the perfect map to take them. And this could easily be a 3-map extravaganza if they are able to take this. They have the best shot of taking this map compared to the first, because I do believe that Red Wings here, they've put in a lot more practice on how to play this map compared to the map of Pearl.
Yeah, we have seen them in this very tournament as well to really impress a lot of and sort of take down a lot of teams with quite a comfortable manner, and having a more organized aggression, you know, controlled chaos as a lot of people like to call it, having that kind of a mentality going into the attacking half and having a, you know, sort of utility based defense could be what they need to sort of get them back into the game seat and help them take control of this map. They have a great composition. They have players that are perfectly suited to the role. All Stars, as you said, they are gonna have to, you know, move around their pieces a little bit, adjust to the lack of a breach. They haven't been able to come up with a composition to make up for that. Instead, they will be shifting Hermione to that breach. Kyojin sticking to the Omen missile, or Missyke, should I say. She's gonna be taking up the Sova. But yeah, Rosa on the Jet. Overall, it is more or less the same, but
here,
having
right next
those,
to each other.
having having the little changes could affect them in a major way, and that is exactly what Red Wings have been looking for in their attempt to come back at this game and keep themselves in for the long run, take it to the third map. But kicking things off, All Stars are going to be on the defensive end. Having that Killjoy on the defense will be a little bit rough, but you can make it count. Leaving the A side completely open, going for an early gamble out of B main. CT will be played by Missile, and he will be trying to get a pick here and there, but the flanks are approaching quick. Are they going to be ready for it is the question. Red Wings having that Cypher watching the flank introvert. They're all going through main, and Rosa's going to come in with an ugly surprise, getting the first kill onto Savage. He will be only 10 HP, falls back as introvert, gets a kill, and a follow-up. Mock chiming in as well. Introvert from behind, unable to get that final kill, leaving it up into a 2v1. Mock and Doomsday. As Kyojin tries to play around the smoke, trying to look for a TP. The TP connects. It's a fake. He's still in main, but I think Mock knows that. With a triple kill coming in, Mock giving his team that first pistol round and that early momentum boost. That's gotta feel good after a very hard first map. They'll take what they can get, try and make the most out of it. Red Wings 1-0. Byron coming in.
You really gotta see where this is gonna be heading on forward with. As Mock, he was able to get a pretty good read on what the members of All Stars really want to do on this map, and you can tell that the stiffness that the members of All Stars have on the map of Haven could just be their biggest downfall here. As Hermione needs to try and make a run for it. Again, I don't really understand why Hermione is playing that breach now. He's one of the best Sovas this country has ever seen, and to not have him his primary agent could just be the end all be all for them. Perfect smoke now utilized here for a little bit more space. They're able to make things work. Timing is key, as Kyojin really needed to find that frag, and if he was able to do so, it could have been a completely different story. So, ladies and gentlemen, 0-2 with members of Red Wings. They did bleed a little bit here. The spike plan did not go down, so they don't have a lot of money to play with, but regardless of it all, losing out on 3 weapons will hurt them in the overall economy department. As All Stars, they can pat themselves on the back, saying that it was a good eco, but regardless, they could have won that round if Kyojin just found one more frag to turn everything on its head. Now it's the time to really capitalize on all of the advantages as All Stars. They're given that second win that they need with the buys that they have in their hands.
Trying to go for a wall bang early on, but yeah, All Stars. I can say that it was a buy round, but
Scanning ahead.
see right here in a lot of these scenarios where they're just not that comfortable playing in this map of Haven with this composition. Early frag for the side of Rosa. Takes down Introvert early on, but Doomsday, what is this man on? Savage gets the kill, but Doomsday trades immediately. Kyojin following it up, and another one onto Doomsday, leaving this to a 1v4 in a matter of seconds. And I think they knew that this was a bit of a save round. Oh, Mock not aware of the player coming in from A-Link. That's gonna give them a relatively comfortable round. All Stars Not really struggling to win that. The weapons advantage was there.
I need a drop.
But Red Wings making things quite easy for them, if I'm being honest. But they will have their own buys this round as they are going to come in with 5 Vandals. 2-1 scoreline. Red Wings still in the lead and they can extend this if they win it out. To be a barrage push early on. They're going to have a couple of players coming in through C as well.
Placing swarm grenade.
The Killjoy can deny this early on. Smoke comes in, he's gonna dip out of there. Has Kyojin for support. Early flank from Rosa. Very proactive in this game. I feel like it should be about time that Red Wings try and counteract that. Instead, you have the first kill onto Doomsday. Kyojin with the trade up. Bathu's finding one onto Kyojin as well as they take control of the C side, taking garage control as well. Having that one player there, good saving him from a sticky situation. But it's gonna be Rosa on that flank. Gotta be ready for him. The flashes come in. Here comes the peek from the Cypher. Savage getting one onto Rosa. Introvert with the follow, but it's still a 2v1. Missile on low HP.
He's dead. There's no way, right?
Comes in. The shock dart gets him, and it's gonna be a bit of a sober death as Savage comes in to extend that lead 3-1. They just look really uncomfortable going into the retake.
I told you, like, they're playing agents that they normally never play. Who put Missile on a Sova? And I don't think I've seen him play Sova in like years now. When he was on the first iteration of Exili with forgot his name. God damn, I forgot his name. It's been so long. In the first iteration of Exili, before even Rosa was a thing and Sami was present, like, he used to play Sova back then. This is like a far cry from what we have seen him do in a very long time. Not having Sami on a Sova. Yeah, I do get it. His breach is significantly much more. He's much more comfortable on the breach compared to anyone else on this team. But even then, this is just a little bit of a question mark. Red Wings, they just might capitalize on all of this confusion. And on this end, Rosa, as per usual, his aim is just unmatched at every turn. Doomsday, not able to find the advantage that he needs. Hold it down steady here.
Here.
As for them, they're just trying to run things down as quickly as they possibly can. Rosa, still around the corner, waiting for the advantage to be gained here. So with that first kill, this is just a full stop. The members of All-Star, they don't really even need to swing anymore. Without that jet, they don't have any form of entry. So even if the breach flashes through, they can just sit inside of the site, play inside of the smokes, and easily put a stop to any attack that Red Wings might be able to mount.
Red Wings on this other end trying to swap things up, switch it to A.
30 seconds
into
left.
sewer as well. They should be able to clear out that site to its fullest.
Shadows traveling.
As we're gonna see Missile playing all the way towards CT. Smoke's coming. He should now know that this site has been given up. With lines coming as well. A recon to try and get some spams here and there. But on the flank, we're gonna have Kyojin. I think he
10
TP'd
seconds
across
left.
the Cypher trap. They might not be ready. The chaos of the Hunter's Fury might make this difficult for them to react. But no, Mock, he's aware and he's gonna get the kill. 4v4 retake situation. Low HP on a bunch of these players though. Mock with another one to you. That the trades come and go. Introvert keeping it going. And Mock with the triple kill, showing up massively for his team. It's gonna give them the round win in a 4-1 scoreline. Setting back the economy once more. All Stars, do they have enough for a buy? They do. Can scrape by, but I think it's up to go for a bit of a save or half buy at the very most. This situation. A lot of ultimates used up there from their end, and meanwhile Red Wings are getting closer and closer to their own. Neural Theft already available for Introvert, and he's gonna go for Outlaw, interestingly. Not forward air rifle, I don't think he's good, but Rosa is trying to take matters into his own hands. The Breach Sun comes in, doesn't really get him. They're gonna rush towards his window position. Udet gonna find value with a pistol. No, Bathu's gonna spam and find Rosa, taking down the Blade Storm. Kyojin with the follow-up on the Savage with the pistol though. They're trying to recover these guns, deny them the weapon advantage. They're gonna fall back out of this. Introvert trying to hold back this flank. Sewer control is still maintained by Missile, and he's gonna get the kill, trying to get that weapon. This is gonna be huge for the side of All Stars coming in from the flank. They're gonna have weapons, up close missile, not ready for it. Can he get this kill? Pathu's here to support. Mock gets one more. Udet on CT killed.
One enemy.
Doomsday getting one. Pathus as well. Hermione trades it back, but he's all alone now in a 1v2. They're gonna peek together and get the kill. Chaotic situation in this map out in B main, and in the end that's sewers, but with 5 HP, Doomsday keeps his team in line. 5-1, and that could have been a very dangerous round to lose. Blade storms popped, guns recovered. All Stars could have taken it home, just barely. It's gonna be Red Wings winning it out, but we're gonna go into another buy round for All Stars. They're not in the hands of Rosa. Seems like no one can catch a breather in this match.
Absolutely. That's gonna be the case here. As All Stars, they nearly did pull off this round, but again, you can see that the comfort is just not really there for the agents that they have picked up. Pretty much playing this map as forfeit at this stage. Anyway, so many rounds to the attacking side of Red Wings, where the defense arguably is just way more better. It's not looking that good. They need to turn this round. They need to take back a lot of these rounds and turn it on its head if they do not have a chance for this particular map. And Udet, he's gonna be the one to find the opening. That Storm is gonna be able to take out multiple, and never mind, Udet, completely unseen by absolutely everyone. I don't think anyone even saw him other than Savage as of right now. Spike plant already being given, down over to a 1v3. Not really the best of situations for Savage to even find a clutch here. He only has a Vandal, and as soon as the bullets come through, he's just gonna be completely done for. Hermione expected the peak, and he has the position locked in and ready. 2-5, ladies and gentlemen. All Stars, they do take the round, but a very labored one. Again, losing out on 3 weapons. They're not really able to build a proper stock of economy here. Their buys will pretty much reflect it moving forward. But the utility is not going to be even in the hands of Udet here. He needs to go in for a half shield if he wants to buy any form of util. While everyone else, they're in for a broken situation too. They need to stabilize soon, otherwise these following rounds are not going to get any easier.
They do scrape by. For now, Udet has that lockdown. It will be a pivotal ultimate to have early on in this stage. This time, Red Wings might switch things up. Introvert having the neural theft. Savage on that Hunter's Fury could play the post plant really well. But they're gonna have to get through this off that Rosa has been using for a while. Cam spotted out in sewers. You know, this A-main is still under siege as Rosa is gonna be stunned. Misses the shot up close. Doomsday 2 HP only gets taken down, but the trade is immediate. They do lose out on a duelist, and the rotations are quick. We're already having Kyojin coming in towards having to support his teammates. Introvert takes on missile. That's pretty much control of the site. Neural theft used up. They know Kyojin's up. They're spamming him away to show off. Hunter's Fury is still available for Savage. Defender Killjoy ultimate used up. Hunter's Fury to break it, but I feel like the postman situation will be a lot better. Introvert going for a quick flank. They might not realize this. Mock holds on to this side. Hermione taken down, and here comes Introvert from behind. No, not the oh no.
No! Butter knife! No. Butter knife!
It doesn't connect. Kyojin is still alive, and Mock peeks with the classic to get the kill.
I would get an instant replay for that. I swear, I wish you would get an instant replay.
I wish. My oh my, and that was such an effective flank as well. That was a round-winning move from Introvert, but it just doesn't work out. You hate to see it. But 6-2, Red Wings extending their advantage, getting more money in the bank. They do utilize a few ultimates in that round. It will be a little bit difficult, but the weapons difference should carry them through. It seems like they're having a lot better time maintaining their confidence, their mental as well.
Get out of my way!
Making it easier for them to take these gunfights. And being confident in their aim and in their skills or capabilities. So we're going to see Doomsday trying to play around this seaside dash-in. Doesn't get to dash-in. The turret will make life a little bit difficult. Flank coming in from Kyojin all the way out of A main, and they're going to run right into him as they're falling back from this seaside. B main is gonna be where Introvert's trying to lurk around, and this could be a difficult spot. They don't see him. Shots finally connecting. Saving the life of Doomsday. And information is there. Rotations are coming in. Can these pistols stand a chance? Guardian in the hands of Rosa. They're taking the
Oh, not again! Intro! How does he get away like this? He's already in towards the
look where he is!
I know! Intro's just already in towards the back. The man is the boogeyman. They're gonna try to make a run for it. Already first position zone, but Intro could have exercised a little bit. Just a tiny little bit of trigger control. He could have easily taken out multiple. Trigger discipline not really being the strongest suit for them, but look at the beauty. That is the aim of Doomsday. Bringing in the reckoning here, one after the other. 2 to 7 as Red Wings is just this is just insanity.
Questions. What is happening? What? How? When
This is just
did
Red Wings
Cypher
in the
get the shrouded step buff? When did he get that open?
You don't even need Shrouded Step. There's a reason why Killjoy is not really picked up anymore. On maps like this, you need to have a Cypher because, yeah, I do get it. Your shock darts are just gonna completely run everything down, but Muted being on a Sentinel role here, it's questionable because I haven't really seen him rely that much on the utility department. Somehow Mok is able to get the kill onto Hermione.
That's a lot of damage.
Never mind. Was his crosshair placement that off? Poor old Hermione just ran in front of him, got a body shot, and got accidentally killed. That is wrong, but Rosa, regardless of it all, is going to be able to turn things back. Batu expects the second, and immediately he does find the kills. A side now completely empty. Uded needs to step up to the table now. Once again, does have the nanostorms in hand, but none of his other utility is back just yet. Introvert, first line of contact, ready for the swing and the fight. They're able to get the kill. An Introvert, he's playing it risky, but Batu, beautiful swing with the flash. And Uded, none the wiser for it. 2 to 8, ladies and gentlemen. Red Wings, they're riding on the highs and they're riding on the momentum. And you can tell that map number 1 was a map that they had never practiced before. But here on the map of Haven, they are in their element.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling the heat of the moment right now. Hitting shots a lot easier. Working more as a team, trying to take control of these regions. And pushing out, supporting each other. It's looking really good for the side Red Wings right now. All-Stars trying to claw their way back. Again, another eco. Marshall in the hands of Hermione. Rosa with the Vandal. All that's going for them. Spots out the player inside of C. It's gonna be Uded under a lot of pressure. Stuns come in. They're gonna dash their way in. Did he catches his own teammate's dash, I believe? And he's in a bit of a troublesome situation as the retake floor. He's already here. Backside is still under control of All-Star. They're trying to fight back. Instead, they're gonna fall back. Pathu's the final kill onto Kyojin. And Doomsday might lurk and find a positioning. Wings one, but Hermione with the Marshall is an unstoppable force. Picks up a gun, making things a little bit more even for the side of All-Stars, but still gonna be a lot of work on these 4 players. And he's gonna come from CT1 off that breach. They want this round bad. They can look for a big missile. Finds Mok 3v3. Slowly but surely, missile with another. What's happening? Could this be around that they win? The sun comes in at the right time though, and counter breach ultimate. Uded finds one onto Savage with the turret, but it's still a 2v1. Still a 2v1. Pistol in the hands of Hermione. Uded with that Vandal. Double peek comes in and they win it. They win it out.
What?
8 to 3. What is happening in this round?
How did Missile get 2 from Heaven? Why are you even peeking Heaven?
The first was Mok, the second was Introvert. Why was Introvert going for that peek anyways? Did he get overconfident?
in the half.
I have no idea. There was no reason that you swing the player on Heaven when you have 2 players inside of Hell. The Heaven player could even be doing a tap dance for all I care. He could be putting on a performance, but you never take a look at it.
I mean, to be fair, if I did see Omen doing a tap dance, it would be hard to keep my eyes off that, but questionable decisions from the side of Red Wings. I think they just got a little bit overheated in the scenario. That's gonna cause them to lose out this round 8 to 3. Giving the tiniest bit of advantages to the side of All-Stars, and they're gonna use it to its full potential. Trying to establish garage control. Starts to come in. What
Swarm grenade out.
from Doomsday? I do not know what he's doing. He's gonna give his life away. It could have been a lot better. For faster peek or no peek at all, but the rest of his teammates are gonna try and push in towards this B-side. Spike is yet to be planted. Smoke fades on the A-link area. And Introvert is gonna hold it. Leaves him available and Rosa can't find a target. Too many to take down. Reach ultimate from the other end. Here comes Hermione. As the shots are gonna connect. Missile finding one second and the third. Can he get a fourth? Runs out of bullet. Mock gets both. Trying to TP away into backside. And it's gonna be a Omen duel. He has no idea. He has no idea where Kyojin is.
And Kyojin has no idea where he is.
Yeah, the TP as well. He didn't know where he TP'd. He doesn't know the spikes on the ground either, I believe.
Yeah, I don't think they made a call for that spike.
30
Probably
seconds
saw
left.
it once, but that's pretty much it. Playing it slow and playing it steady. Mock needs to make a move soon. 25 seconds left on the clock. He needs to clear out of multiple different angles. If he's able to pick up that spike, so that's going to be perfect for him. Smokes now being given. He's going to be able to pick it up at the bare minimum.
Spike.
The plan pretty much imminent for him as he needs
10
to take
seconds
that
left.
risk.
Oh, no,
Get the plan
not
down
looking.
fully. He's looking in the wrong direction, and Kyojin plays the timeout perfectly. 4-8. Smallkey expected the player to be towards C-Link, but instead Kyojin made the wraparound towards A. That's the game sense working out for you. This is the years of experience and what it
Switching
gives you.
sides.
It's Red Wings getting a little bit too overzealous in the advantages that they were able to find in the last couple of rounds, and that overconfidence is really starting to show. Hopefully it doesn't get into their heads as soon as this defensive side rolls around, because those 3 maps is what everyone wants to see. But for All-Stars, they want to get this over with and done. Even through all of the uncomfortable scenarios that you can tell that the players are in, what cannot be denied is the fact that when it comes down to their raw mechanical skill, every single one of these players, they know how to step up to the plate and really take the advantages away from Red Wings.
Right now with an 8-4 scoreline, if this was any other team, I'd be like, yeah, but Red Wings, they have a round gap, they're feeling the momentum, it's gonna be really hard to come out on top, and it's All-Star. 4 rounds could be all they need. If they play this smart, they have to running on to miss and the U-Dead, keeping Rosa and their hopes to win this pistol alive, and they need it. That is good. Doomsday good for 1 trade is immediate from Kyojin though.
Last player
And Pat is
standing.
not waiting at all for his teammates. Gets one, leaving Savage in a 1v2 situation on Rosa. You know he's in CT, but doesn't even matter. Kyojin spots him out. He gets the shot and gets the spike down as well, and this could be the start they were looking
but
for.
not nice enough to die in.
5
Let's
to
win and
8,
get out of
getting
here.
that buy-in. 6 to 8 is very much on the cards. With that, All-Stars, whatever bit of momentum they can get, they've also been getting this momentum. They definitely have been boosting their morale since the last couple of rounds of that first half and the second map. They have shown an improvement in their mechanical plays and in the patience as well. Letting these rounds play out. Even in weapons differences, they're able to make it count. And Rosa, what a Ferrari peek onto Doomsday. Spots out in, but the smoke's a little too slow. He saw him at the last second, I believe, and connects to the head to perfection. Bathu's in the smoke towards CT. Garage smoke, Mock trying to find an opening. Instead, he's gonna be destroyed. Kyojin keeping it up as well. Do they see Savage? No, Savage gets one, puts up a Bulldog. It's gonna be hard to get this shot in. He did. Oh, the timing's not gonna be in his favor. He's gonna swap him in the wrong second. But the double peek from CT, Kyojin getting the final frag. It's gonna be a 6 to 8 score line going into the buy round of Red Wings. Gun here. Again, only a couple of rounds needed, but looking at the economy of All-Stars, this is not a bad position to be in. They can win out against all rifles with these weaponries.
They're doing pretty much everything that they need to really take a possible victory here for themselves. Red Wings. Given another chance and given another opportunity, they should be the ones to make it over to the finish line. But now with the buys in their hands, they are given that second win and the second chance that they need. But 1-for-1 trade on either side, but Hermione losing his life in a situation like this. That's tough. You don't really have the breach utility anymore to go in for those proper entries, but with the Sova still being on the map, it could be looking a little bit more different. A body system towards the A side as the rest of the members of All Stars are slowly making their way towards A as well. Savage, having the signature weapon in his hands. The thing that made him famous, honestly, as a player. So
Got a good angle as well.
Yeah, he just needs to go in for a spam, but I don't think he's gonna get much of a chance. They're playing the A side on a full-scale retake, and that's completely understandable, but they don't really have ultimates to do so. Maybe with a little bit more of a forward-sided approach, it could have been better, but here in a situation like this, what's the game plan? They've already utilized one of the smokes, even though there was no one on the site. This could have just gone from bad to worse, because now they don't have another smoke to really go in for this retake quickly. They need to wait if they want to go in for an execute.
No flank play coming in as well as they're gonna execute towards Hell, getting a couple, but the trades are immediate. Here comes Missile, getting one more. Pathos interrupts his Mock. They're the only ones alive, spotting out Missile towards that sewer area and getting that kill. Making this, what, aggressive? No.
Not your day, is it?
Come on, 2 maps in a row, you gotta say it once.
Okay, fine, the magic number of 6 to 9.
Oh, yeah, that was 99% all spot on, but he said a word between the 2 numbers that kind of ruins the effect. But with a massive 3-round lead, Red Wings again boosting their momentum with the last win. Things were not looking the most comfortable. As we said, they didn't really have a lot going for them for that retake, but now
We don't know exactly what the post plans even look like for them. Because the player that was jumping in through, yeah, the player that was jumping in, he just ran out forward, and it's gonna be Savage with the Odin being able to find a kill too. That's a spam for you coming out from Savage every single time. When you look at this guy, he comes in strong with the best weapon that he could bring onto the arsenal. Jumps across, Doomsday though, maybe could go big, but never mind. Rosa just completely turns the tides of this battle, even though the first kill was found immediately. We'll have to worry about a lot more. Hunter's Fury now being utilized in towards the corner. Mock, he expects it. He's gonna be able to find the second as well. TP across over to the corner, but Kyojin, he knows what to expect. Mock, he likes to play it creative, but that creativity could just be his biggest downfall if they are not careful. Savage, still a chance for him to go big here. Yoden in his hands at 10 seconds for the recon bolt. Needs to maybe go in for the jump. He's gonna be able to do so. The kill could have been there, but Kyojin saves the life of Yudet just in the nick of time. 7 to 9, ladies and gentlemen. It's the members of All Stars are clawing their way back here to a possibility of an even-Steven scoreline. Looking at the buys as well, Red Wings, they don't really have enough money here. They could go in for a little bit of a semi-buy, but even then, a full-on save and maybe an operator in the hands of Doomsday could just be their best play moving forward.
Looks like that would be the game plan as we're going for these minimal buys. Savage gonna have an Ares.
Here.
Feel like he needs to be a little bit positioned. He positioned himself well on Heaven. Could have spammed default and maybe got a kill. Wait for the recon to spam from Heaven as well, but no. Unit on this first shot, kill to go off of, and again Doomsday not having the best of impacts as he did early on. Savage playing around the smoke, find an opening, will get one, gets a slide down, trying to recon his way out of there. Mock taken care of, 20 HP on Rosa. The place from active is not good. This Ares is going big for the team. He gets one another, the dink as well connecting, but it's not enough. His teammates aren't able to capitalize on the damage that Savage has done. The output was not met. And with that, an 8 to 9 scoreline, All Stars there are on course for the comeback, and we might not even go to the third map because right now they are brimming with confidence. We're seeing Rosa. He gets at least 2 kills every round. His entry is so good, and the rest of the players have such an easy time just clearing the rest of the site, maybe taking cursors. This A hit is down to perfection for them at this point. They're doing is they need to come up with counter strategies, maybe proactive approaches coming out from the flank or pushing out to A main with some utility, maybe a breach stun, pushing Doomsday up, something that catches these players off guard for All Stars, because you know when the momentum starts building, Red Wings, they can be a force to be reckoned with. But for now, this tactical pause could be what they need, as they're going to take a breather and come up with a game plan. Last few rounds have not been going in their favor. They need to maybe switch things up and organize a different strategy. Try and take this.
Can I get
win.
this?
Take it to the third map.
Can I get this?
Really go in either direction at this point. All Stars, where do they want to push forward from here on out? Because now that they have that significant advantage going for them, especially with the ultimates coming online as well soon. Red Wings, they're in for a world of hurt if they're not careful. Mog's been leading the charge for the entirety of the first half and also going into the second, but we still need to witness the exact same play come through from everyone else. Moments of brilliance is shining through for each one of the players, but the fact that Red Wings are getting a little bit too overconfident on some of these rounds, it's really causing them to fall into a loop. And now it's the complete opposite. On the defensive side, they don't have that exact same level of confidence anymore. The breach is now hovering towards the B side, and you can tell that that's not really always the best of plans. Once again, Killchain lockdown now being given out from UDET, giving them the opening space, a very generalized entry towards the A side. Nothing really out of the ordinary, and All Stars, they're just making this work. It's just those simple plays and those simple fights that they're able to take that giving them these points advantages. Introvert though, coming in strong, look for the kill, and the side extension needs to happen here. They need a kill, they need an opening, but the damage is just so big.
left.
Savage needs to find the chance on the corner, but instead it's gonna be Doomsday who comes in for the big save. Gotta love that Savage is just giving them so much space.
They don't need to commit to this just yet, Spike. It's just being tapped for now. Missile is not committed to it. Missile will fall off and they all explode. It's all on the
What?
Why did they commit to this?
I understand why, but I don't think they were ready for the full-on commitment. They expected, like, okay, if one player is planting the spike, they can just all jump together inside of the side, take a 4v3, and they're gonna be the ones to win. But the crossfire was just perfect from the members of All Stars. You did being able to mow down 3 players like that? I don't think that Red Wings were expecting that. And even then, like, they could have just waited because Patu was 1 away from the Rolling Thunder. They maybe needed to fish out 1 kill at the bare minimum, and Patu could have just thrown everyone up into the sky.
The numbers they have, the gunfire and power. Firepower,
Right there.
I don't know what I'm saying.
It's gonna be, ladies and gentlemen.
They
You know
had
what
everything
happens.
to go. They had a lot going for them. Instead, it just I feel like they themselves weren't ready for that. Not really looking at the right angles. Where for the crossfire. Instead, it's gonna be 99 scoreline, tying things up. All Stars are looking to be in a good spot. Economy is not the best for the side of Red Wings. 3 pistols, an Ares, and another Marshall. And some more.
Placing swarm grenade.
Phenomenal though. We're gonna see Rosa taking control of this map up close and personal to Mock. Can he connect some insane shots? The question he will! Doesn't he aim? The second! Spike is planted, those shot darts coming in. Missile trying to trade, takes down Doomsday. Smoke should allow him to try and get these weapons. He will. Spike is planted though as the breach out comes in. He gets dodging that. Line coming in from Savage. It's gonna be one enemy remaining. Situation and Taboos with another one. This Marshall is a lucky charm. Do not drop it. Keep it in your hands as a sheriff shot connects to the head. Don't drop that gun. Bring it. Take it. Carry it on to the next rounds. What was that from Mock? He doesn't even need the scope, man.
Even when he was fully stunned, Kirito. Fully stunned, and he was able to take out 2 players with a Marshall that close in proximity. He's just having the best game of his life. The map of Aizen is just literally his domain. None of us can even comprehend what kind of plays both of these teams are trying to make here as Red Wings. They're clawing out these rounds one after the other, and you can never ask for a better grand finals than this. 2 teams equally matched here in terms of grit, understanding, and also the desire to win. taking their sweet time on this one. The members of All Stars not really going in for a rush, playing for a little bit more of a default, trying to understand where the players exactly are. They do know that the Odin, not really being played towards Garage this time around, can easily just be in a bit more of a better position at Rosa. Trying to be the first line of contact, swinging across, what a perfect kill from Rosa! He's expecting it! That's just the brilliance of one of the best players in our country. He knows what to expect, and being able to catch out Doomsday on an angle like that, there are very few players who's going to be able to clear that.
Plant the spike.
Fusion as well coming in and clearing the left side. They have that idea that one of them has to be around this B main area. Fusion pretty much confirming no one's on this left side. He has to be on the right. Giving Rosa the opportunity for a perfect pick. Still,
Spike planted.
giving this team the advantage. The Savage with Hunter's Fury though. One more, ready for the flank, but the weapon is just a bit too heavy to get up in time. Kyojin coming in from behind, but in the meantime, the retake works out in their favor. Red Wings only have Kyojin to worry about. An introvert to get the kill, trade off of Pathus, and making it an 11-9 scoreline. Aggressive, say that again. That is such a... That is the most perfect sigh I've ever heard from you in such a long time. But yeah, Red Wings, one-off match point, and the money is gonna be a little bit in their favor. Economy is not the best for All Stars. They do scrape by, but losing out this round means that the match point might not be with the best of weapons. The pressure is on.
Imagine if we got that 7-1 scoreline, you'd have had the entire trifecta.
The entire trilogy in one series. That would, I mean, hey, if we go to the third map, it's still on the cards.
I pray that does not happen.
Yo, guys, hear me out, okay?
Oh, he heard you out. Never mind. Kyojin put his back to the enemy. And it seems as though All Stars have been in this place before. It's good lord. This has happened in the past. This was a 9-11 scoreline when we looked at who was the other team up against Egoist All Stars. They did lead out on this map as well. But here, that's gonna be a completely different story, seemingly. Maybe, just maybe, they can turn this round on its head, but without that smoke, trying to run in towards the A side. When you know that there's an operator waiting for you on the opposite end, it's all up to Rosa to maybe find this kill. He needs to get it, but it's gonna be Doomsday instead, who shuts everything down. Rosa does find the kill through the smoke. Hermione! He does God's work once again. The clutch master for the entire country at every turn, shape, and form. He's doing it all.
30 seconds left.
In the corner, they need to get the spike plant down as quickly as they possibly can. They're still expecting a couple of the players to be coming in from the back. Mok, he has the paranoia ready, so the player planting the spike can't even go in for backup. It's all up to Rosa all by himself to maybe go in for the big plays. Flashes across from both sides, shots miss. Savage is going to be the one to get the kill, and it's all up to the clutch master. But the clutch master is not going in for a clutch here today. 9-12, ladies and gentlemen, match point for the members of Red Wings to send us over onto map number 3. As All Stars, they need to get 3 rounds to force out this overtime.
Things are getting just that more exciting, ladies and gentlemen. All Stars being pushed to their limits, but Red Wings, they are answering back, and they're just looking so damn good. They're looking so much more comfortable going into this map. Let us hunt. And then ready for whatever situation they're put in. It's just saying that the mental of getting ahead before a matchup, it just plays such a big role. Despite whoever you're facing, whatever opponent you're going against, if you believe that you have the better aim, you have the better team, your team's backing you up in these situations, just that
You should
might
run.
happen. Right now, the ultimate being popped towards his A side. This is a fake, possibly, as they're surrounded outside of B and Garage. The recon spots them out, though. Savage, now he knows players are outside B. They do cover both sides with it, and they can get towards his B side. And Rosa's just gonna dash towards Link. Udid will fall. An introvert, he knows. Now they know Rosa's up close, and they are split all over this map. 3 players in B side, Rosa in the middle of nowhere, Kyojin on 30 HP. They're still trying to look for a pick. Introvert knows that there is a mole hiding here somewhere. Gotta fish him on before they go for the retake. Any ultimates available? Side of the not really. Missile now being hunted. They're on 3 different planets. What is happening? They can just go for the defuse at this point. Only we have to worry about Kyojin. He is up close. Rosa does take care of Introvert. Now there gotta be 2 players from that smoke.
Oh, Hunter's Fury. Oh, never mind. Oh, this is bad.
All on to Hermione. Trying to keep his team alive. Missile. Hunter's Fury connects. What? Oh, didn't have enough time. No time. Yeah, never mind. My man is just standing in front of the spike. But yeah, I mean, what was happening this
No, that there's an They wanted to extend and waste time. I do understand what All-Stars were going in for. They wanted to spread themselves out as much as they possibly can and just waste as much time as they could here. And that's exactly what they were able to do. So this was a pretty good plan coming out from All-Stars, but I don't really think that the execution was done in the best way, shape, and form. Once again, they're just
plays like that. They can't let them get away. 3 players.
Get out of my way!
3 sites. They have to do something before that even happens.
Oh, this is bad. Mock, he's already around the corner. Swings in. Dashes across. But no one's going to be able to clear it. And the paranoia comes in so clutch. Mock stays alive for it all as well. His troubles are answered. Red Wings being able to take out the final boss once again. Rosa's not really been having the superstar level of performances that we know him to have. Rough game to say the very least, but even then, someone needs to really step up to the table here. Might just be Kyojin. 1 kill is just all that is a requirement for them. Batu in the corner. He's not gonna get spotted. But the members of Red Wings, they know they can taste victory here. And Rosa not being on the map basically means that now he just needs to play it safe. Play for the trades, play together as a team. Don't really take any form of unnecessary risk, and look at the spacing that is found by Doomsday here on towards the C side. They can easily stack up towards A. This has gone from bad to worse. All-Stars, they've lost the entire map, and now the answer is there.
As well. They recon B main as well. There is the answers are 20 seconds left. They have to be A. No ultimates to really help them out during this entry, and Introvert ready for the headshot on Doomsday. So you dead, my bad. There's a sewer push comes in from Missile. Trying to make a difference. Left. They're walking in. He's gonna get one. Trying to get the spike planted.
They get it? Wait a minute, it's 3v3 on the map now, Kirito. They might just have a chance. They need to get in a post plants. Hermione coming in clutch. Never mind, ladies and gentlemen. They might just have a little bit more fight left in them. The stun was perfect. Missile positioning's just even better towards Graffiti. And now inside of the smoke in the corner, it's gonna be Mock who jumps across to kill out Missile. But they are still holding down strong. Doesn't matter how many times you beat them down. Doesn't matter how many players you take out as well. Somehow, in some way, shape, and form, the members of All-Stars are known as All-Stars for a reason. Pause has been taken. Red Wings, they are fumbling so hard at this point. One round pretty much changes the fate for one of these teams. For the side of All-Stars, they take the 2-0, they get crowned as the champions for the Inspire Broadband Presents Valorant Championship. And on the other side for Red Wings, they're fighting tooth and nail for that second chance to take us over onto map number 3. Which side will be the one to take it? It's just so difficult to say the very least.
We know that Red Wings, they are a team that once they are down and out on the mental, it's very hard for them to build that momentum up again. And from a situation like that, it was a 4v3 essentially, I think. And they had everything going for them. They had all the information, they had the positioning, yet to manage to lose out on those gunfights. And it's not like they lost to You Dead or Rosa and maybe an insane play, insane couple of flicks, nothing like that, no ultimates. It was a pretty standard team fight on the retake towards the A7. It's poorly executed when it shouldn't have been. They have to maintain that momentum. They have to get back and light that fire once again. Red Wings so close to finishing off. saying that we're going to the third map and we'll still be in this, but Red Wings want to keep going. That works out for them right now. Ultimate's on the card. Off of that 100 Fury, Bathu's already has the Thunder. New also available. They can utilize the 3 most important elements in this matchup for the side of Red Wings. They are not giving him any quarter. Just fired up. He's not been having the best of games. Overall, looking at the kills and deaths of the players of All-Stars, we can see that this is not their star performance that we usually see. Each and every one of these players, they are incredible at aim duels in their own rights, and even against stacked odds. Say a 3v1 or a player you're not expecting to be in a position. These players get those sticks, these players get those multi-kills. You see them carrying their own weight, but now they're struggling a little bit. However, even that is enough to get them to an 11-12 scoreline. Weapons available. Why not tie things up and go to overtime? Stars wanted that. Begin what could be the final round of regulation. Oh, so far pushed up, trying to hit that wall bang. The Jets are gonna clash. Omen clashes there to support. He's gonna try and get away, but he's gonna be caught by Dead. His teammates can support. They're looking to go for a trade, but hit the brakes. Red Wings don't want to give away more than they've already lost. And now All-Stars regress towards A. Not much holding them back from taking that site. You're gonna have to get through Introvert though. Cypher traps.
Need to worry about a lot of utility that could be waiting for them on the A side too. Cypher traps are placed mainly for information, not really to go in for a kill. One of the tripwires already broken through. They're gonna be able to rush in towards the side. Members of Red Wings, they're trying to stop this fight from before it could even happen.
30 seconds left.
Smokes across from either end of this. They're gonna be able to find a little bit of clearance, but not by much. Ultimate now being utilized, but maybe a little bit too dangerous. Rosa on the receiving end of a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, but Hermione able to rise up to the challenge, be able to shut down 2. When you need him the most, this is the clutch master for the team. He's gonna be able to do so much. Mock, good for a kill, but he is just not gonna be able to find much. And the thing is, Kirito, they want to take this fight before the plan goes down. They were expecting the hit to come in, but the members of All-Stars, they played this one so smartly. That moment of adaptation, instead of going for the full plan, they baited everything out. They allowed Rosa to stay inside of the side to sell that fake out fully. And they all ran across, understanding that the Breach ultimate could be coming through.
Seen that level of play in this very map before, a couple of rounds back.
Turret out.
All-Stars using that technical prowess to its full potential and bring it to overtime, Aggie. We might just crown our champs here right now, unless Red Wings pull themselves together. Pin hops again on defense will be the side of All-Stars for this first round of overtime. This is the first overtime we've had in this tournament while streaming. And what better place than the grand final? They not expecting Rosa. You gotta expect him at this point after 24 rounds. Gotta know Rosa goes for a place like that. He has the support of a Silva and a Breach. The flash again, he stays. Will pay the price though. Introvert takes him down, but a fall off from
Vessel? Oh my god, Paul's a steal on this man to take a risk like that. Even you know that, Kirito. Anyone else, they would have ran. Yeah, exactly. Anyone else, they would have just ran away, but not Missile. You could smell the kill coming in.
You can hear Missile crying, they're coming in!
Spike
Missile, he just doesn't stop home, but the Hunter's Fury after drag onto Mock. A little bit too heated up there. Trying to take the fight to them. You dead, taken down. He has support as well. Savage. Kyojin is the one to take him out. Oh, but missile dropping from heaven.
Oh, I thought you punched his monitor or something. Oh my god, I saw just Patu's go into full rage moment. He knew that missile was on towards the heaven side. The play was perfect coming through from Red Wings, and missile jumped in on the perfect time as well. Regardless of all of it. The members of All Stars, could they have just brought out the biggest upset that we have seen throughout this entire tournament? To go from losing out on a map on what? It was 1-9? It was 1-8, sorry. It was a 1-8 scoreline, and they were clawing their way back to this. It was match point for Red Wings when All Stars was at like what, 8. It was 8-12 and All Stars. They were able to take one round after the next to reach to that 12-12, and now we could be looking at their victory here. Mock.
You know, all I know is we hit that 6-9 scoreline, man. That's all I remember.
Oh, shut up. No, at least you're not gonna get that 7-1. The Brazil scoreline's not gonna happen, probably. Nah, I cursed it. I cursed
Red
it.
Wings, come on. But yeah, there is always that possibility that it might not happen. Red Wings, they are looking a bit shattered. They're looking a bit disorganized, and a lot of individual weight being pulled. Garage entry happening for the side of All Stars, but no denial just yet. Reach utility split them up, but we aggress. They might be going C, but look at the control established by Doomsday. This could be a very good position.
What's towards C long? What's the game plan here? If they risk this is gonna be a huge little ploy. Mock catches the timing here. Rosa's not gonna be any wiser than that. Yep, that's perfect. This is what we expected to happen because there was no player towards the side of C long. Uded needed to be a lot more quicker on this angle. He does find the kill, but he takes a lot of damage in the process. They need to try and make this round work in some way, shape, or form. Good shot from Hermione, catching out the operator player before they can get any form of value. Introvert does shut down Kyojin, and that's going to put a big damper on their plans. At the spike now down towards mid, they need to funnel their way through. Even with 10 HP, Uded still a dangerous driving force, and it's all up to the Clutch Master. Jumping across, 8 seconds left on the clock, and he is just not going to be able to do it. Crossfire set up beautifully. 13-13, ladies and gentlemen. Overtime number 2 for the map of Haven.
Time.
As this storyline keeps on continuing and it keeps on giving.
Your rolls and we'll crush it.
Seems like we're watching One Piece right now. It just never ends.
Oh god, I thought you were gonna say Bleach.
I mean, at least Bleach is good. So yeah, 30. I'm just kidding. Bleach is but yeah, 13-13 going in. We still are gonna see a very aggressive approach from the Red Wings this time, taking the fight to the opponents to this A side with the stuns. Is not working out.
Rosa?
They get one, but
why?
And the fumble.
Why?
Shot. Fumbles the shot. He tries to stay inside, trying to fight them off. And he doesn't win it out. We're gonna give the side away, but Uded though keeping the man count advantage through the smoke. 3v3 situation.
Planted.
And with that, retake is underway. They're gonna go in fast. They're gonna go in quick. A lot of responsibility on Introvert. He can keep the spike going. Uded gets one. Pathos, he knows where they are, but he doesn't get the kill. Flicks a little too early. 14 HP was the difference. He would have landed the shot. I believe he would have taken down Hermione if he got Kyojin first, but man, such a tough spot to be in. 14-13 and All Stars again, one step closer, finishing things off right here and right now. What are these rounds? Yo, someone give Rosa some water, man. He needs a moment.
No, he needs some milk.
Yo, what is he saying? He needs anything he can get right now. Honestly, any form of refreshment, man. Because he's been hitting the shots, but again, we know that the weight he carries in these rounds, it needs to be
Why
a
did
lot
you
more
swing?
effective.
Wait, did you just swing through mid-window? Rosa's gonna be
No,
able
I
to find
think
a
he was
kill
up
over.
top.
No, he swung mid-window. I meant you did on the attack.
Oh, you
side.
did? All alone? Why did he swing?
I have no idea, but for Red Wings, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later because It depends on whether or not this round is going to be a win for All-Stars or not, because his death could just be the problem that they were not really qualifying. But look at the plays coming in from Rosa. He's able to find all the value in the entire world, being able to shut down multiple. Introvert gets a kill, but it's just not gonna happen. 14-13 over to the 15. It is gonna be your champions, All-Stars, ladies and gentlemen, being able to shut down the side of Red Wings. Red Wings, they were able to take victories up against All-Stars when it came down to the land, but here in this online setting, they were just not able to cut it. The victory is bittersweet as well for the members of All-Stars. They expected this to be a little bit more easier on them, but at the end of the day, even though they did not feel comfortable on this map with the agent pickups that they did have, it's the superhero performances from the individual talents that All-Stars have on their roster that just changed the tides of this battle for the better. Took the win, and they're crowned your champions for the Inspired Broadband Presents Valorant Championship.
Absolute masterclass coming in from the side of All-Stars. And again, we did see those signs. We did see early on that they weren't in the best of form in the first half. Red Wings just were running away with it, hitting shots out of nowhere. We can see that some of the players, they're trying their best. Kyojin, Rosa, they're using their individual capabilities and prowess to win out rounds to get them in that lead. But Red Wings were just looking so comfortable, looking so easy, and maybe that was a part of the factor. Maybe they got a little bit overzealous, a little bit overconfident, giving away a few rounds at the end of that first half, allowing All-Stars to have some momentum, and that's where they caught up. They slowly climbed through the scoreline and brought it to an overtime, and All-Stars, once they had that momentum boost, it didn't matter what agent they were playing. They knew they could do it, and they put their mind to task. That's all they needed to do. Things definitely got things got a little rough there, but I feel like, again, what the issues on the first map, the disconnect between the players of Red Wings definitely showed up again, especially in the overtime rounds, coming up with positions that I don't really know why. Again, shifting towards that individual skill, the mechanical skill, not really playing as a team in certain scenarios, giving away rounds. There's just so much happening from their end. It's hard to put all together as one singular point. But yeah, I mean, All-Stars, they just figured it out in a much more comfortable position and were able to counter it effectively, giving them the win.
It's just tough, to say the very least, that Red Wings were just in such good positions to take a lot of these wins, but they fell into the exact same problem as they did in the previous match, where they just didn't really know how to finish off the map. You could tell that they were playing so scared in so many of these rounds that it just allowed the members of All-Stars to just take those significant advantages away from them. You would expect that All-Stars, maybe on the attack side, would be in a little bit more of a detriment because of the way that C-Long control was established, but one of the biggest things that we did not see coming out from the members of Red Wings was a lot more aggressive mid control, not more aggressive, A-long control. A-long control is just so crucial and important on this particular map that a lot of teams will invest their entire utility on the defensive side to make sure that A lobby is under full control, so they can easily post up an operator on that particular angle, or maybe bait out some more utility by forcing out an omen smoke. There's so many different things that you can do to try and make your opponent's attack a lot more uncomfortable, but none of that really happened, and it wasn't really the case. Especially when it came down to the retake, no one was coming in through the flank to try and disrupt a lot of the plays that they were trying to make. Don't forget, when you're on that flank, it's a killjoy, not a cipher, meaning that there's not going to be a guaranteed way she's going to be able to gain information. Yeah, of course, there might be a turret there, but if you break the turret, you can easily just keep on going. You're not going to be that close on an angle that if you break a tripwire, they can instantly swing and kill you. The turret is a lot more lenient in that fashion. They needed map control, and the fact that they lost it out on situations like this, it really hurt them. And the times that we did see Red Wings really come up and step up to the plate was only on one situation, when they're the ones who established proper control over towards C-Long, and when they had proper C-Long pressure, that is when the team was really able to get those advantages. You could tell in multiple situations, Doomsday, he had full C-Long control, meaning that even if they rush in through Garage, it really didn't matter at the end of the day because they can just hold on to the sides. But what's going to happen towards A lobby? What is going to happen to the players that were trying to make a rush in through A lobby? you need to understand that the game of Valorant has evolved in a different way. You playing defaults is just not going to work if your opponents are able to find those opening spaces and really utilize it to the fullest. That's exactly what happened from the side of All Stars. UTED being on that Sentinel, getting 27 frags to his name, single-handedly turning a lot of the rounds around on its head on the defensive side. He didn't really even play Killjoy. Mind you, Kirito, he was playing a Sentinel, but he had that duelist mindset in his head to peek out with flashes.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of that, game sense comes in, is already setted within these players of All Stars. They are able to go into those situations and knowing that, okay, I'm not playing any specific type of agent here. I have to take this fight for the sake of control, for the sake of my team being in a more comfortable position. And we can see players like Hermione and Kyojin. Again, these players are a little bit more aggressive in their nature, but they do go into those fights with that mentality that I have to take control of this area. For that, I definitely commend and I definitely appreciate a team that has their players individually take impact and then as a team utilize that impact, utilize that advantage to its fullest potential. That is sort of evident from watching the scores of and the stats of the players of All Stars, because they didn't really have any major individual impact here. Like what we usually see, like the last map we saw Rosa popping off, we saw UDET popping off, the duelists are going absolutely crazy, and that's completely natural considering how much of a potential that these players have. But again, in this map, they were in a difficult situation. Not their best map pick. The agent composition was a little weird as well. They're not going to pick their natural agents, the ones they're most comfortable with. That put them in spots where they had to take those decisions to play as individuals and play with the utility that the teammates are providing, not as a sentinel or a controller, but as an impact player. If you look at the kill feed and the statistics of the players of All Stars, that is evident that all of them participated in trying to get this win. And same for the side of Red Wings, but again, their individual play wasn't really utility-based or team comp-based. We saw a lot of these flashes from Pathu setting himself up. We saw Doomsday really peaking alone in a lot of scenarios and not really working with his teammates, not working with Pathu's, not really working with Savage to take that aiming control that Rosa takes every time. And that is such a critical factor on the map of Haven that we talked about. They just fell into those same problems just like we did, and Pearl unable to function as a team and rely on individual brilliance in a lot of cases, and that can only take you so far. And again, I mean, by so far, they took it all the way to second overtime, which is quite far, but it just wasn't enough for them to get the win. But credit where credit is due. Mock, Pathu's, Savage, they've definitely shown us moments that define how much potential these players have. The shots that they connected, even against players like Rosa and UDED, where it's so difficult to win a 2v1, let alone a 1v1. They definitely put him in a very uncomfortable position, enough to really deter his performance. Because we know Rosa, we know that while 22 to 25 is a respectable score, he would not be happy with that. That's not a score that he
gets at. Yeah, that's not a score that he gets.
He would not be happy with that. To put him in that position, that is great where credit is due. Red Wings, they definitely figured out one of the problems. That was Rosa, and they definitely tried to counter him as much as they could. But overall, as a team, they didn't really find the problems within themselves. At least they couldn't, in time, keep themselves alive to take it to the third map. So that is where it's at, unfortunately. But we have our winners at the very least, All Stars taking it home. And I mean, we did see this coming, but we also didn't see this coming at the same time, which has been
we expected
the motto of the entire tournament, pretty much. We expected 3 maps, pretty much, yeah. We expected 3 maps, we expected the third map to be very tight. But on paper, based on statistics, it seemed like All Stars were the better team in a lot of scenarios.
Absolutely, but we're going to see exactly what the players have to say about this as well. We do have a little interview with the winners, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be setting everything up for that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a lot more Valorant action. Wait, Are we gonna be jumping in straight up or? Oh, so apparently the interview is just going to be starting. We're not going to be taking a break whatsoever, but we can talk a little bit more about, of course, the teams that have been playing throughout this entire tournament as well. It's the end of a journey for a lot of them, not just for Red Wings here. They can tell that EOS really had that chance, right? They performed so well on the map of Haven, being able to make the members of All Star sweat and to make them lose on this map, which kind of gave us the idea that, hey, maybe Red Wings are going to be able to do the same. But one thing that we didn't really talk about too was the performance coming in from Doomsday. Doomsday had such a good performance on the map of Pearl, but as soon as Haven came around, he just wasn't really able to coordinate as well as you would have expected.
Oh, looks like we have our boy Pathos. Favorite player
Yes,
of
my
aggressive.
favorite Valorant player. We're gonna wait and see if he's gonna be coming onto the cam in just a little bit. Don't really worry about that. But overall, as I was saying, like we had the hard, like Doomsday probably had the hardest moments here, and hopefully moving on down the line as he just gets better and better. He needed to be in a zone for a map particular as this. Rosa didn't have the best of games. Yes, everyone else on his team was able to step up to the plate, but that missing link that Red Wings needed that they had in the previous tournaments and the previous time they were able to take down All Stars as well was primarily because of him being on that stage. And even though Mock pulled off superstar level performances on that Omen, but it was a little bit too far and in between. That's where the sadness of the story lies because we all knew that All Stars are going to be able to take that, but at the end, we're just going to need to wait and see how they're going to be evolving forward. And maybe we're going to be able to ask them as well. We're going to be jumping on down over onto the interview, ladies and gentlemen.
Minute last second G round goal RC same shit. So yeah, advantage disadvantage.
you can go back to Kirito's one a little bit later. Tell me what really happened to you guys. Huh. Okay, so tell me what really happened to you guys on map number 2, because you had such a strong lead and a good start, but you kind of fell apart at the very end.
Yeah, there were some show personal mistakes in some rounds, and that fucked up our mental a little bit. So ওখান থেকে স্নোবল করতে করতে রাউন্ড যাচ্ছে, রাউন্ড আসতেছে, পজ নিছি। দ্যাট ওয়াজ আ উইনেবল রাউন্ড, বাট দ্যাট অলসো ওয়েন্ট আউট অফ আওয়ার হ্যান্ড। সো ওখান থেকে মেন্টাল ব্রেকডাউন হয়েছে, অ্যান্ড দ্যাট উই কুডন্ট হোল্ড দ্যাট, বিকজ আমরা জানি আমাদের যে 5 জনের এগেইনস্ট আমরা খেলবো, দে ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি গ্রেট। সো সবাই ইন্ডিভিজুয়াল পারফরমেন্সটা ওই রাউন্ডের পর থেকে ডাউন খেয়ে গেছে। সো ওখান থেকে আর কন্ট্রোল করতে পারিনি আমরা আমাদের গেম প্লে। দ্যাট ওয়াজ দ্য মিস্টেক।
That's a rough one. And Yuded, I'm going to talk to you about a little bit of the first map. Neon keno hotat kore abar Neon pick up after the nerfs, especially on the map of Pro. Like, I love the idea because Phoenix and Neon was one of my favorite pickups for that map when it first got introduced with the old Neon. But what made you choose Neon again even after the nerfs?
I mean, do you remember first time যখন Neon একটা তুলছিলাম in some finals, and you were like, oh my god, Neon, yeah. So from then I started playing Neon, right? So our parle জিনিসটা হচ্ছে, I mean, আমাদের double initiator লাগে না, because it's a Neon, right? We have that stun. Like, it's not that great, but we have a stun. We have the basics of every utility that's needed. But Neon hole hoy ki, like, my aim isn't as good as Rosa. Let's be honest here. Like, it's okay, but it isn't as great as Rosa's. So it's basically, our thing is, I take space, he goes kill. If I'm lucky, I also get a kill. My main thing is to create space, and Neon দিয়ে at least পারলে, like, you know, you can solo exec side. So maybe you saw one round, like, আমরা বিতে fake করছি, like, আমি ঢুকে, like, I created chaos. And so it's very confusing for teams when they're against Neon. Also, ওই যে pacing টা. So teams don't expect fast rushes, fast execute, because usually you'll see people play Jet. You know, you have that one dash, you have to walk for most of the time. Here I'm running around like I'm on a park. So yeah, I mean, that's the basic of why we win Neon. And also because, yeah, double entry, why not?
Yep. All right, Yuto, you can take it on over. Maybe ask a couple of different questions, because our first initial thought was
question that we really had was that you did যখন second map to start হয়েছে, Win Aggressive were talking about the agent composition, and some of the agents weren't really matching up with how your players usually play. Usually দেখা যায় Hermione sticks to the Sova, Missile, play something else, maybe a Sentinel. তুমি Killjoy ছিল. What was happening? Why the switch up all of a sudden?
The switch up happened. We fell weak to the godly Odin, and Zambi didn't want to get diffed by our greatest Sova in BD, the brrr man. Brrr man. So yeah, so we were like, yeah, sorry, Missile, you take it, you take the blame. I'm not getting brrred by that guy.
By the
Getting
fact
killed
that
by
he
him is an
openly
insult.
said that.
Getting killed by him is an insult. Come on.
An insult, the man says.
Bye.
So yeah, and also Zami Bhai and Rosa's coordination is a bit better, so that's why we did the last minute switch.
I think my boy is hello, Kirito.
Yeah, his audio cut off, I think.
No. He's not. No. He's good. He just finished his sentence.
Oh wait, my audio cut off. Never mind. I've been facing technical issues the whole day. Yeah, it's been weird. But again, going to the second map, Pathus, Odin ta niye matro kotha hoyse. So I feel like the Odin is obviously a great pick for Savage and playing on a Sova as well. Kintu I feel like the utilization was not the best. Kishu jagay ekটু patiently khelle would have been a lot better. So what তোমরা কি like okay এভাবে কোনো suggestion দিতে পারছিলে during the match that, you know, you should play like this or help out or just leave him be, let the monster play on his own?
ফার্স্টে ওনার পজিশনিং নিয়ে প্যারা হচ্ছিল, বাট দেন উই অ্যাডজাস্টেড আওয়ার সাইফার্স সাইড, অ্যান্ড দেন ওটা ঠিক হয়ে গেছিল। মেইনলি আমাদের সব লাস্ট সেকেন্ড মিস্টেকস হয়েছে, ওই জন্য ওইটা তো আর ক্যাপিটালাইজ করা পসিবল হয় না, এগুলো শো হইতেছিল কাইন্ড অফ। সো ওনার পজিশনিং নিয়ে কোনো প্যারা হয়নি। ফার্স্টের দিকে হচ্ছিল, হ্যাঁ, ফার্স্টের দিকে রাউন্ড হাঁটতেছিলাম, কজ এতে ইজিলি পেয়ে যাচ্ছিল জেট্রে মেরে। দেন উই সুইচড আপ, অ্যান্ড তখন রাউন্ড পাইনি এটাই।
Yeah. Speaking of the A side, it's a big aspect that I think feel like All Stars were taking advantage. দেখা যাচ্ছে they are pushing out of A main a lot more often. তোমরা এই জিনিসটাকে প্রেডিক্ট করতে পারতেছিল না, the A main flank from Rosa or the aggressive push?
হ্যাঁ, আমরা জানতাম, মানে উদিত তো পারি লার্ক করতে, সাইফার নিয়ে অফ দিয়ে লার্ক করে সারা জীবন। সো আমরা জানতাম যে লার্ক ওদের থাকবেই, কিন্তু ওইটা কাউন্টারের থেকে বেটার আমরা চাইছি যে অন্য সাইডগুলো ফাইট করে খেলে এতে রিটেক করব, যেটা ওয়ার্ক করতেছিল, আমরা অনেকবার ভালো রিটেক করছি। বাট কিছু জায়গায় মিস্টেকস হয়েছে, লাইক ফ্ল্যাশ আগে পড়ছে, প্লেয়ার বাইর হয় নাই, প্লেয়ার বের হয়েছে, ফ্ল্যাশ দিই নাই, এরকম মিস্টেকস এর কারণে ওই 5v3 রাউন্ড গুলো চলে গেছে, ওখানে হয়েছে মিস্টেক, নাহলে রাউন্ড গুলো এসে পড়তো।
Yeah, it's mainly the micro faults here and there that really cause your team to kind of fall apart there. But overall, you guys both of the sides played really well. We were expecting a third map, but Unit, as he said, didn't want to get over diff and somehow he was able to turn it all around. But thank you, boys, for coming on by for this entire tournament. And I hope both of you had an amazing experience here. And I'm going to ask you both here, starting off with Unit this time around. How was this entire tournament for you? Was it very smooth? Did you enjoy the entire thing? Yes or no?
It was very smooth considering some other tournaments we played where we went to a LAN, had to wait like 4-5 hours and not.
দুই দিন ল্যানে যে ঘুরে আসছি, অনেক ফান।
Oh my god. And we didn't even play finals hoyi nai. So considering that considering that this tournament was very smooth sailing, and you know, like admin pause and everything egula hoy nai totota, so it was very good. Like it wasn't as delayed as it could have been. So yeah.
Batu?
হ্যাঁ সেম, আমাদের তো একটা ম্যাচে 1 ঘন্টা ঢুকে বসে রাখছিল লাস্ট টুর্নামেন্টে, দ্যাট ওয়াজ আ ট্রমা টাইপ। এটা অনেক স্মুথ একটা টুর্নামেন্ট ছিল, নাথিং, কোনো প্যারা হয়নি, ভালো লাগছে।
All right, thank you all. Thank you both of you for stopping on by. Yudat তো এখন গিয়ে আড্ডা দিবে ফ্রেন্ডদের সাথে, মজা করবে, টাকা পয়সা উড়াবে as per usual. বড় লোক মানুষ বসুন্ধরায় চলে আসছে, so as of right now I'll leave you boys both off, and don't forget that there will be a prize giving ceremony for both of you boys, so make sure to come on by. আড্ডা দিব সবাই একসাথে মিলে, my favorite Valorant playerকে একটু জড়ায় ধরবো as per usual every single time, and Yudat as well বাইট দিতে পারবো regularly আগের মতো। But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for stopping on by for tonight and watching through this entire tournament here at Indian's Production. We're going to be bringing you with a lot more Valorant action soon enough. But for now, good night and happy gaming, everyone.
I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop her. I'm gonna work harder.
Let's show them the meaning of fear.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
লাইভের সময় কানেকশন লস্ট? ইন্সপায়ার ডুয়াল কানেক্টিভিটি দিচ্ছে আপনার জন্য ডাবল নিশ্চয়তা।
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best. Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.
If it's jumping between 134, 66.
Who's looking at me? Somebody's looking at me. Come on, brother, please, no.
Our service crushes lag with up to 99.9% uptime, gaming cache for Steam and Epic, and FTP servers that move at the speed of light.
Inspire Broadband. Internet, we make it best.